Welcome back to another episode of That's Business. Today I'm going to discuss with you what exactly is career coaching. Now, as a career services provider, I always get asked, what is career coaching? Who needs this? Why is it important? What is your process? And just a little bit of everything. So I wanted to discuss the intricacies of why career coaching is important and how we approach it. Now, those of you that have been listening to this podcast, I come from a recruiting background. In my recruiting background, I help a lot of people transition industries, understanding where their skill sets are applicable and what they need to do to get there. From that recruiting experience, I now have translated that to help job seekers figure out what they want to do next. Or my terms I like to use is what you want to do when you grow up. So what career coaching is, it can be if you're stuck between a fork in the road in your career and you don't know what to do. It could be understanding where your skill sets are transferable. It could be even knowing what your market value is and how to negotiate higher. Career coaching isn't necessarily a one-size-fits-all when it comes to what a specific client needs, but these are some of the reasons why you may need it. So our approach to career coaching is a little different, where we always like to start by providing you with a little bit of an exercise or homework, but we don't want to get bogged down with the word homework here. So the exercise we give you is a guided questionnaire where we challenge you to talk to multiple people that know you very well, whether it's a partner, a friend, a family member, an old coworker, a boss, mentor, mentee, it does not matter. But this guided questionnaire is going to help you figure out what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and who are you both personally and professionally. Long gone are the days where you need to stuff down who you are personally and be this corporate professional or be someone completely different like a Jekyll and Hyde in your career. We want you to ideally find a career that is fulfilling, that you wake up out of bed every morning just ready to crush the day. And this is where we start with career coaching. So after you fill out your exercise, and I always tell clients too, give it a few days to mull over it. Just really think through it. Keep a notebook or a Google Doc or anything that you can facilitate your thoughts on and keep your career aligned. Oftentimes we have these ideas that are great career options, whatever that may be, but we don't write them down or we don't focus on them, and then they're gone. A lot of people don't understand how their skill sets are transferable either. So after you do that little exercise, we actually meet to go over it. And a lot of people relate career coaching to therapy, where I'm essentially interviewing you on your career, what you like, what you dislike, and I'm going to come up with 3 to 5 career paths I think are best for you. And it's so interesting because when we get people that we talk with and they're like, oh, do I need like 3 to 5 sessions? And do I need this plan here? Sure, you could sign up for a whole package deal there, but we really try to nail down career coaching where then we can meet later on to do maintenance on it, to make sure you're staying aligned with your goals. We're making sure that you set this specific area that you want to be out by X month. Okay, well, how are you getting there? And what are you doing to support your efforts? And during that career coaching call, I paint for you the good, the bad, the ugly of every single career option I give you. I think if you've listened to a few episodes or followed us on social media, you can gather by now that I am very much someone that, you can come in and you can absolutely kick ass at your career and find fulfillment in it. I'm never going to tell you to just quit your job and you'll make millions and be super successful. I'll talk you through the path to get there. And as long as you can stay aligned with it, you're going to be fine. So with career coaching, we also give you the tools to negotiate your salary, to understand your market value, and to really help you transition and instill that confidence. Where a lot of people go wrong when they're transitioning careers is they always think they have to take on an entry-level position. And that's actually not the case. I don't want you going to an entry-level position if you have 5-10 years plus experience. You're not entry-level. If you're just graduating, that's another thing. But we are all so stuck that, I need to stay in the same career path because I have a certain degree or because this is my only experience. But that's actually not the case at all. A few examples I want to discuss that I brought up earlier during this podcast was understanding, if you have a fork in the road, where your skills are transferable and what your market value is. So 3 specific clients we've worked with in the last few months that all fit this criteria. So client number 1, she knew what career path she wanted to go, But she had a few options. She was in one specific industry, really kind of wanted to make another move, but wasn't sure if she should go industry A or industry B. Really, what we did is when we challenged her with that exercise and her and I met to go over everything, I talked through what I think would be best for her based on her fork in the road and understanding how she could get there, what market research she needed to do, I should say. After that call, she felt so aligned with knowing exactly what her next steps were. She was almost there, but she needed to talk it out with someone who is not biased. You know, we love our friends, we love our partners, we love our family members, but having an unbiased opinion about your career was really great to have. So we figured out what route she should go based on her goals, short-term and long-term. And she now is aligned and actually got an interview for that very one specific company she really wanted, which we were thrilled to hear. Example number 2, a lot of teachers, a lot of healthcare workers we have worked with coming out of this pandemic, where they're not sure where their skills are transferable. Teachers are my favorite example of this because a lot of times they went to college, they graduated, they fell into teaching and now have 10, 15, 20 years of experience and always think, oh, well, I have to stay here. This is the only career path I have. My degrees are all education related. Like, how can I really translate my skills? So sitting down and instilling the confidence in them that they have given their students, understanding what they really like, because if you're a teacher, you're an operations manager up front. You're a training and development manager. You are, depending on what your school subject is, you're a writer, you're a marketer, you're whatever that is. But I will arguably say teachers have the most diverse skill sets that they can translate into any industry. And career coaching is understanding within all of that scope where they need to go next. I've had quite a number of teachers I've done career coaching for, and every single time I never thought of that. Oh, you are absolutely right. The problem with looking for a job is it's all this, it feels like another language how a lot of these job descriptions are written. And it's really hard to decipher what exactly they want and what exactly they need. And that's where we can sit down with you to figure that out. It's always just, I love that light bulb moment that I could hear it, that, oh my gosh, I feel so aligned. I didn't know how easy that was. My third example of a recent client is understanding market value. I worked with this woman, I think we started working about 6 months ago. And she's like, well, I live in a rural area. I don't know. I think I'm paid well for the market value I have, but I don't feel like I could get a lot more money. I just feel like I'm pretty set in standard. So we talked through what career options she had. I told her what her market value is, that there is no reason she shouldn't be getting at least at the very minimum $5,000 more than what she's making. She just emails me last week and says, okay, I just started interviewing and I'm already looking at positions that are $15,000 more than what I'm making right now. Had she not done the career coaching with me, she would not have been there. She was an example of someone that was applying to entry-level positions and was just not understanding why she wasn't getting raises or getting to where she wanted to be. And she chalked it up to, oh, I live in a rural area, that's why. I could give you 100 other examples of career coaching clients that we've worked with that have done really well and figured out what they want to do next. But I really just encourage everyone that if you're not sure what that next step is for you, if you feel, and this, I'm going to get cheesy here, if you feel in your heart that your career is not aligned with who you are, you can get into other industries, you just don't know how, sign up for career coaching. I mean, I cannot stress this enough, how important it is and how impactful it is. And hey, maybe we figure out on career coaching that you should start your own consulting business. There's so many different examples. I said I give 3 examples, but let's give another one. Had a client the other day. He worked in sales his whole career, kicks ass, like President's Club, really impactful, and he works in sales. So I challenged him and I said, I don't really feel like you like sales. I feel like you're really good at it, but I don't think you really like sales long term. It's just what you fell into. So after us going through questions and everything, I found out he has a whole background that he is actually a phenomenal cook and long-term wants to open up his own food truck. Has nothing to, you could argue it does have a little bit to do with sales, But I didn't sit here and say, hey, quit your job where you're supporting your family and you have the sturdy benefits. But we came up with a 3, 5, 10-year plan. Okay, next steps, get him into a job where he's not working crazy hours, that he's not super salesy, but what he could do because he has little ones at home. Start building out his side of the business. So I gave him tools of, you want to start your own food truck long-term, start putting out ideas, start a TikTok page, start marketing to play with this now. So when you're launched and ready to go with your food truck, you'll be set. You already have a following. You already have everything aligned there. So a lot of people often, and I love that example because I did come up that he should start his own business, but it's not feasible for his family right now to just for him to up and quit. He's the breadwinner. He's the one that holds the insurance. I mean, that's what a lot of people, I feel, think like career coaching is just, we're just going to break things. I'm going to challenge you, but I'm going to give you a path of how you should get there. And if you're interested in learning more about career coaching, we've talked about this on a few other podcasts. And if you've listened to other episodes, you can hear how some of my guests have broken into other industries, what they did to get there. And again, we offer free consultations with the Resume Rescue. Sign up for one to discuss what your situation is, and let's see if it's right for you. And if you want to learn more, you can visit our website and we break down free resources on career coaching and everything else you may need. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of That's Business.
If you're looking for a career change and you're not sure where to start, the Resume Rescue can help. Sure, there's no such thing as the perfect fit for everyone, but here at the Resume Rescue, we're on a mission to find the perfect solution for you. Whether it's changing careers, updating a resume, learning LinkedIn, or practicing interviewing, we have you covered. Find us online at theresumerescue.com and find all of our contact info in our show notes.